Assalamu alaikum, dear students and dear viewers. It is education for class 12th. The topic which I am going to delve is basic tenets of basic scheme, or we can say Wardha scheme. Dear students, Wardha scheme of education, popularly known as basic scheme, occupies a unique place in the field of elementary education in India. The scheme was the first attempt to develop an indigenous scheme of education in British India by Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, or we can say Mahatma Gandhi. Dear students, the basic tenets of this basic scheme, or we can say Wardha scheme, are as: number one is free compulsory education. Mahatma Gandhi asserted that within the age of 7 and 14, education should be free, compulsory, and universal. As a concession, however, girls, if their guardians so desire, uh, if their guardians so desire, could be dear students, if their guardians so desire, uh, could be withdrawn from the school after their 12th year. Dear students, this pre and compulsory education means that Gandhi asserted that within the age of 7 to 14 years, 7 साल की उम्र से लेकर 14 साल की उम्र तक हमें टोटली फ्री और कंपल्सरी एजुकेशन प्रोवाइड करनी चाहिए हमें बच्चों को। जो एलिमेंट्री एजुकेशन, जो उनका एलिमेंट्री एजुकेशन स्टेज होता है, एलिमेंट्री स्टेज होता है, तो वहाँ तक हमें फ्री कंपल्सरी एजुकेशन देना चाहिए फ्री कंपल्सरी एंड यूनिवर्सल। यूनिवर्सल इन मीन्स टू ऑल चिल्ड्रन विदाउट एनी डिस्क्रिमिनेशन, विदाउट एनी कास्ट, कलर, क्रीड, सेक्स, रिलीजन। तो सारे बच्चों को हमें ये देना चाहिए। तो हाउएवर अगर गर्ल्स के पेरेंट्स जो होते हैं, गर्ल्स के गार्डियंस जो होते हैं, अगर वो चाहेंगे तो आफ्टर 12th दे कैन विथड्रॉ, तो वो अपने बच्चों, अपने लड़कियों को स्कूल जाने से रोक सकते हैं। ड्यूरिंग दिस पीरियड ऑफ 7 years, गांधी जी प्लान टू इंक्लूड प्राइमरी, मिडिल एंड हाई स्कूल एजुकेशन। इन 7 साल की ड्यूरेशन में गांधी जी ने ये प्लान किया था कि हमें बच्चों को प्राइमरी, मिडिल और हाई स्कूल एजुकेशन प्रोवाइड करनी चाहिए अपने बच्चों को। He stated that primary education was the minimum which must be given to all. Hence, he simply emphasized minimum universal education, which he considered indispensable for the successful working of democracy. Number two is mother tongue to be the medium of instruction. So in the Wardha scheme, or we can say basic scheme of education, Gandhi ji stressed that we should use mother tongue as the medium of instruction. Gandhi ji is a great champion of mother tongue. He stressed that mother tongue should be the medium of instruction. He believes that no real education is possible through a foreign medium. The foreign language causes brain fag, strips all originality, puts undue strain on the nerves of our children, and makes them only criminals. On the other hand, the mother tongue will help the children to think quickly, to express easily and freely, and to bring out clarity of idea. It will introduce the child to the rich heritage of his ancient culture. Number three is craft as the center of education. Education should center around some crafts or productive work. All subjects like history, geography, arithmetic, science, language, music, painting, etc. should be correlated with craft. But teaching craft children's Gandhiji's object was not to produce craftsmen but he wanted to exploit the craft for educative purpose. Craft centered education will develop certain qualities of head and heart. It will bring into play cooperative activity, dignity of labor, planning, accuracy, initiative, responsibility, emotional uh, catharsis, and equalization of class. The craft is basic scheme. Craft in basic education is to be chosen keeping uh, in view the local needs and in harmony with the local environment. Now the next is self-supporting elements. Wardha scheme of education is based on the principle while learn while you earn. In a poor country like India, where it is not possible to provide the heavy educational budget, self-sufficient in the best solution. To Gandhiji's self-sufficient is as a test of heavy educational budget. Self-sufficient is the best solution. The people must be able to meet the salary of their teachers through the sale of the products of their craft. The state should pay for the other expenses such as for furniture, books, tools, and school buildings. The state should provide the marketing facility for the goods product in the school. Cut of non-violence is the next point which Gandhiji uh, emphasized in his Wardha scheme of education. Gandhiji wanted that future citizens of this country to be imbued with the idea of non-violence. In the words of Mahadev Desi, the idea of self-supporting education cannot be divorced from the ideological background of non-violence. Non-violence is the penance for all evils. Gandhiji said, where the whole atmosphere is redolent with the pure fragrance of ahimsa, boys and girls studying together will live like brothers and sisters in freedom and yet in self-imposed resistance. The students will be bound to the teachers in the tie of filial love, mutual respect, and mutual trust. Every act of students, according to Gandhi, should be accompanied by love. He remarked, we cannot will nor think of exploitation, and we have no alternation but this plan of education which is based on non-violence. Now next is ideal of citizenship, where the scheme of education encourages cooperation and lays the foundation of ideal citizenship. It will enable the child to discharge his duties and responsibilities of the good citizens. Character of the student would be developed. It will promote dignity, efficiency, and sense of social service. Number next is relationship with life. Education in the school should be closely related to life activity and problems of the children. This is to be achieved through the principle of correlation and integration. Education should help the child in understanding and solving their problems of life. This is the basic scheme of education, or we can say Wardha scheme. given by Mahatma Gandhi on education. Thanks.